First thing first, I need to say this. I need to say this right off the rip before we get into this video. I want to thank you all for watching the channel, for supporting, for seeing what's going on with me and these fragrances, participating, jumping in the comment, liking the videos, you know, just being team players on these fragrances. You know, I go out to these stores, I go online and search for fragrances, and I spend my own money and I do this thing because it's, you know, a passion of mine, something that I love. I love smelling good. I love the hunt of finding fragrances. I love sitting in front of this camera and, you know, discussing these fragrances with y'all and sharing my opinions and, you know, what I think and what I, you know, get from these fragrances. So it's definitely a pleasure, you know, to share this space and time with you all to go through these fragrances and just, you know, converse about things that we both have in common and love and like, which is fragrances. So I definitely wanted to jump on here before I get into this video and really let y'all know, man, that it's much love, you know, for you all's time, you all's, you know, support and watching the channel and just, you know, being here, spending this time and, you know, talking these fragrances with your boy. YouTube, what's the vibe? It's your boy Zebo708, and I'm back at you with another one. You seen the thumbnail, big mystery on deck. Yeah, big mystery. I wanted y'all to be a little bit confused about and curious and intrigued about what fragrance we're definitely going to talk about today. The reason why I did it that way is because this was a total shocker to me, and I kind of wanted y'all to experience what I experienced when I actually stumbled across this in Burlington today. So this session, this right here, this fragrance that we finna chop up and talk about right here is none other than Rayhaan Crimson. Yeah, Rayhaan Crimson. So I've never seen this in Burlington. And I'm gonna go out on a limb to say this because this is something that I haven't seen. I haven't seen any reviewers or, you know, influencers talk about this fragrance being at Burlington's. So yeah, it's in Burlington. So if you haven't seen it, you know, on YouTube where somebody is showing you this fragrance, you know, at Burlington, hey, this is the first time that I've seen it at Burlington. In fact, to be 100 and clear, I actually passed this fragrance up. I saw it. Then I saw Liquid Brawn and one other fragrance that I had never seen. It was a Lattafa that I had never seen at Burlington, but I kind of chose to pass all of them up. I didn't, at that particular time, I was like, hey, I'm not intrigued to buy any of them. I left. That was 2 days ago. So I was sitting thinking and I was like, you know what? I've never seen that Crimson. I've heard about it. It is a clone of, I think it's a Parfum de Mali's Centurium. I think it is a clone of, but yeah, you know, if it is, it is. If it ain't, it ain't. But I think it is. If I'm unsure and you all are aware of it, please jump in the comments and correct me about that, because I know it is Centurion, Centurious, I think. But just let me know. Jump in there. Educate your boy. Put your boy up, you know. Man, jump in that comment and be like, hey, Zebo, look, this what it is right here. And give me more detail because I tried to do some research on it. I wasn't that successful with, you know, finding too much. I have seen other reviewers do videos about this fragrance, but it's getting to the point now with the community that, and this is just me, I'm not pushing my opinion or, you know, shifting the narrative or nothing like that, but in my opinion, man, it's getting harder and harder for me to kind of like go with popular opinion about fragrances. You know, there are a few fragrances that the popular opinion was high on and I got it and definitely didn't even enjoy it. So it was, in my opinion, overhyped. But this fragrance, I did hear great things about it. So I doubled back, picked it up. This thing cost me $34.99 at Burlington. But again, they only had one. And that day, I went to 3 different Burlingtons. The other ones didn't have it. There was only one. When I went back for this one was actually kind of pushed to the side and back. So, in my opinion, I think that people were just not looking for this. I think people were going into Burlington looking for Lattafa. And that can work in your favor sometimes. Sometimes people can go in there and, you know, they had a tunnel vision on and they thinking, hey, I got to get this Lattafa and I need the newest Lattafa, or this is the next biggest thing from Lattafa in the stores. But something like this would be sitting on the shelf and they pass it up. So I don't have any notes on this fragrance. Like I said, it was kind of hard to track down some real insight on this fragrance. So this is new to me, just like it's new to y'all. You know, this is a total blind buy, regardless of what I've heard about it. So, I mean, you can hear that a fragrance is fire, you know, and people could be 100% honest about it. They can, to them, it could really be all that. But your nose is different from the next person's nose, and you just have to kind of give it, you know, a sniff and see if it's something that you like. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss, period. And that takes nothing away from the fragrance because it may be all that to them. Centaurus, a clone of Centaurus. So, box is beautiful. And all of this is cut out. Box is beautiful. Beautiful. Got this metallic red. Got that Rayhaan written on there. And it's just a box. Just a cardboard box. Bottle, nice. Very nice. Beautiful bottle. Look at that red. Look at that red. And I don't know if you all can see it, but you can see through the bottle to see where your juice level is when you start running low. But this is a beautiful bottle. Beautiful. I'm loving it. I really am. It's going to sit well on the shelf because I don't believe I have anything this color and this decorative. But again, it's not why we're here. We're not here for that. So the cap, light, plasticky, hard plastic a little bit. And I believe it's light because it kind of has like this little design thing on there. But plastic. Atomizer check, decent. You know, do we have any leakage? No leakage. So we're going to put it in the air, put it on testing script, and put it on scan. Atomizer. Put it on scan. Get us a testing script. And see, oh man, I'm in the air. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm loving this in the air. Very sexy. Very sexy. Could be unisex. It's not a masculine sexy. It's just a very universal sexy. This just from, and I don't think that I have anything that resemble this in scent profile. So this is something that's completely different from what I have in my collection already. But it is, from just spraying it in the air, it is potent, it is loud, very earthy, with a hint of sweetness. So you're getting like this strong, woody, kind of light oud kind of vibe. But it's sweet though. Like it's not one of those heavy, earthy, vetiver type, dirty wood type. No, it's not that. This is a sexy, very, very beautiful fragrance. I'm not gonna lie. And from my last video when I did the Rayhaan Tiger, it was okay. It was the first Rayhaan fragrance that I had. So, I was kind of looking at Rayhaan like, yeah, I'm gonna stick to Lattafa or, Paris Corner or something like that, or Mason Alhambra, somewhere along those lines. But this one, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna take this one over Tiger 10 out of 10 times. Now, some of the videos that I watched, they did say that this is like spot on with Centurions or Centaurus. They said it was spot on. The sweetness in here, they say, is a heavy play on cinnamon, which I do get that cinnamon richness. Almost kind of put you in the mind of like a, like those cinnamon rolls. It definitely has that kind of sweetness to it, with that woody aspect and that just the potential of oud. Not that, and then the thing about oud is a lot of people get scared of oud, but there's different types of oud. There is just not no one oud. There are different types, different qualities, and different, textures to oud. So you may have some fragrances that may have oud, and you may not even smell the oud in there because the versatility of oud. It's just different types of oud, period. So on testing strip, not as potent and dominant as it was in the air. And you know how that goes, it's in the air. So you basically getting everything that's floating in the air, you pulling in. It's a little foundational on the testing strip, so it kind of like give it a little base. But definitely still getting that cinnamon to it. Not too cinnamony, but just right. Man, this thing is sophisticated, it's sexy, beautiful fragrance. I mean, with this on, you gonna smell edible. If you're not trying to smell like you want to be ate up, don't wear this. Do not put this on. And that goes for men and women alike. If you're not trying to have somebody put their mouth on you, do not wear this, because that is what this inspires, compels, intrigue. It definitely gives you that vibe where, hey, it hit them senses and those nerves that, damn, you know, that motherfucker smell good. Like, I'm gonna lick that motherfucker, bite that motherfucker, something. So it does have that sweet, cinnamon type of vibe to it. And the woody aspect to it, which it has some florals in there too, but all of that is blended so well and meshed in so well that, you know, I think the foundation of it was they was trying to give it that sweet cinnamon type of vibe. Beautiful fragrance though, not gonna lie. So that's on testing script. I really need maybe like a full 2 days with this joint. I really do. But this is not the season for it. Hot weather, I mean, you can rock what you want to rock when you want to rock it, how you want to rock it. And it may be even decent if you work indoors. You know, if you work indoors and it's not a very hot environment, you could pull this off. I wouldn't spray it heavy though. Definitely wouldn't do that. Because if you spray it heavy, you and everybody else around you probably gonna be like, man, who is that? Man, that's somebody. They trying to fire detect the building out. They smoking us out. But fall, winter, gonna be definitely a banger. On skin, the cinnamon tone down. It's still there though. You still get that cinnamon aspect. You still get that. And that's like, it's more so foundational now where it's still there. It's still there. But now you get the play of the woods and what, and I'm assuming what seems to be a bit of oud. You get your floral in there a little bit. You can definitely smell some type of floral in there. But overall, I'm not gonna lie. This is like one of the sexiest, and I'm trying to choose my words right, because this is like one of the most elegant, sexy fragrance that I have purchased and brought to this channel in maybe like the last 5 or 6 videos that I've done. Like right off the top, this has carved and engraved a spot. It smells that good, and that's no hype. I get nothing from this. Like, I don't work with these people. I didn't formulate this. None of that. None of that. In fact, I wasn't really too, head over heels over Rayhaan's Tiger. But this one will definitely have me checking, on Rayhaan. Definitely will have me checking on Rayhaan. And this is a very beautiful, and it's bumping. It's bumping off skin. I don't know the longevity on it. Can't speak to that. But the sweetness kind of, it toned down, and then I wish that, and this is my only thing with it, is that I wish it would have retained some of that sweetness, some of that brown sugar sweetness. It's still fire though, no doubt, it's still fire, but I could have, I'm imagining how it would smell with just a a tinge of that brown, that sugar, cinnamon kind of vibe, on the top end of it. Beautiful fragrance though. Beautiful fragrance. And man, I'm falling in love with this joint already. Already. Like, I really am. Like, this is it's living up to, the reviews that I saw. It's living up to it, because almost every review that I saw, which was probably about 4 before I got tired of, checking on it, all 4 were saying that it's that Crimson. They were saying that Crimson is him. He that guy. He that go-to guy. So I don't know how well it's gonna perform as far as longevity goes, or sillage or projection, because again, I just opened this thing. Y'all just saw me pop the box and we talking about it. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna, put this joint to use. And yeah, it's that. So look, if you're interested in this fragrance, if you're not planning on going out to Burlington's right now and grab it, Google it. I'm pretty sure you can find kind of like, the full note breakdown if you do some deep diving, which I had looked at so many videos or whatever, and I was like, yeah, it's too encrypted for me to find. If you don't want to do all of that and you want to take my word, run out to Burlington, because you might be sitting up chilling right now and it might only be one at your store, and somebody else that's watching this video might decide they want to go get that one. So when you get there, you saying, man, I ain't see it there. Nah, you missed it. You missed it. Buddy, when Buddy watched the video and found out that Rayhaan Crimson was at Burlington, he gassed the vehicle up and got up out of there. So it's in the stores. It's in the stores. I showed you. You see that, B? Burlington. And it's worth the ticket. $34.99. It's worth it. So look, I'm gonna get up out of here. Please like, comment, subscribe if you ain't subscribed. Share. If you know somebody that you think might need to spray this on, pop the atomizer off and bathe in it, man, share this to them. Share this to them. If you sitting around them and you talking to them like this here, or you in the car and you can't breathe and you steady saying, hey, you want let me let this window down some, and you like this here, yeah, go and get them this. And you can sit in the car like this with them. You can chill. You ain't got to cover your face. You ain't in there with them gas masks on. But hey, I'm going to get up out of here. Thanks for watching the video. I love y'all. Thanks for supporting the channel. And we're going to be bringing more fragrances to the channel. I'm out of here. It's your boy Zebo708. Peace.